Good afternoon, folks. Drew Rathgeber here with ProGoldTrader.com. And what I want to educate and have you guys think about is, are you a stacker, collector, investor? You really need to step back and ask yourself that question, because when you go down certain paths within the precious metals community, it can have detrimental effects. And sometimes people get in the gray area where, they're taking investment dollars and putting it towards a collectible or collector environment. And are losing a lot of wealth by doing that. So, in saying that, in this quick course, I want to talk about stacker or collector. And so, real quick, what is a stacker? A stacker is typically, or collector, they're the hobbyist. Okay, they're the ones that take this stuff home. They're really into lower premiums. I see you guys online, the stacker community. You guys will research this stuff to the absolute ninth degree in terms of looking for the lowest premiums. Now, in saying that, a lot of these bullion houses with these lower premiums have some of the worst buybacks or spreads in the industry. And I feel a lot of you stackers and collectors should be really focused on spread charges. And if you need to learn more about spread charges, go to my spread video. But in saying that, you need to really ask yourself, are you a stacker, collector? And in the next slide, we're going to talk about investor or trader. All right, so let's talk about the investor or trader. Effectively, these guys are really focused on their transaction costs. They're more sophisticated. They're more realistic about trying to preserve their wealth. And unfortunately, a lot of the stacker collectors, a lot of people will be looking into the investment part of it, but then they'll be redirected to a collectible or a rare pneumatic or the stacker section. But saying that, the investor and or trader really wants a piece of software, wants liquidity, wants that lower spreads, wants some regulations, and really is hyper focused on their transaction costs. And that's where ProGoldTrader.com really fits into the equation. In the stacker, collector, rare pneumatics, there's a tremendous amount of wealth genuinely lost in the spot industry. And the interesting thing I find is, the bullion market is pitched as wealth preservation, hedge against inflation. But if you're in a stacker collector environment paying 5% spreads, you're not in the more sophisticated way of doing this. So again, you need to step back. Are you a stacker collector, or are you an investor or a trader? Those are really important questions you need to ask yourself, and also educate yourself. Do your own due diligence in learning the differences, the true differences, and zeroing in on those cost spreads. All right, so here I went ahead and made a slide here for the different groups. And what happens is you can be a stacker, but also have an investment account, okay? There's nothing wrong with stacking. It's for, if shit hits the fan situation and you feel that you're going to be bartering with precious metals, you are a stacker. The collector, you're interested in the rarity, the beauty, the historical significance. And again, that's a collector market. It's not really a genuine, it is an investment in one aspect, but in another aspect, it's not the best investment because of the spreads that you're dealing with. And then you bullion buyers, again, when you buy just straight bullion, there are some spreads that happen with those as well that are not advantageous. And then the transferability of bullion is a little bit more difficult as well. It's harder to transfer bullion bars because they have to be reassayed, and people have to make sure it's physical bullion. It's not watered down bullion. So if you're in the physical market, my recommendation is strictly investment grade coins. And what that means is just straight investment grade. Stay away from rounds. Stay away from anything rare unless you know exactly what you're doing. But for you more novice people, sticking with just investment grade, that could be the American Eagle, the Canadian Maple Leaf, the Vienna Philharmonic, which is really popular, and just investment government graded coins is the kind of the way to go, because they're easily transferable and you're going to not get killed on those spreads. Now, for you investors and traders, you're going to want the investment accounts. You're going to want that lower spread. You're more sophisticated about preserving your wealth through reduced spreads. Okay, and what happens is, I think a lot of people are looking for investment side or the investor side of it, and they get baited into a collector market. And when I worked in the spot market, I saw that happen a lot. I mean, that was the goal of the account executives, is to take you from kind of the investor side and switch you into the collector or the rare pneumatics, because that's where the spreads, and that's really the profit center for most of these bullion dealers is the rare pneumatic section. Okay, so you investors and traders, you're going to want a piece of software. You're going to want to know up to the second, what is your account balances compared to the market. You guys are going to want more risk management tools as well. But what's interesting is the investors and traders are, without question, on the more sophisticated side. And again, there's a lot of people in the collector, the bullion, or the stacker market that really should be in the investor or trader market. But you can do both. You can, like I said, take 1 or 2%, but don't take 20% of your net worth like some of these bullion houses recommend. I'm not going to name names, but they're saying take 20% of your net worth and put it towards a collector or the physical market. Don't do that. Take 1 or 2%, put it towards the physical take home, take the other 18% and put that towards more kind of an investment grade style account, because those are liquid. You can go back to US dollars in seconds. If you need the money, click, wire same day or the next day. And there's no haggle, there's no mailing the pieces back and forth for the investment accounts. That's basically what ProGoldTrader.com. And really my goal is to educate people, asking themselves, where do they fit in? Are they the physical stacker, collector, bullion buyer, investor, or trader? So I hope you learned something new. Be introspective and be realistic with your approach. And you see the time horizon there at the right-hand side. And like I said, be introspective, be realistic, and look at it like a business transaction, and look for the smallest spreads. That really is going to make or break you, because that's the name of the game. Other than that, hope you guys have a great trading day. Take care. Bye.